All aboard the Founding Footsteps Philly True Crime Tour for an evening full of spooky stories, if you dare.
We began as a comedic history tour, and over the years we've expanded into crime tours, Christmas tours, we have a mob tour, we have a food tour.
Now in its 6th season, the True Crime Trolley Tour is for adults only, and it is BYOB. Tim was a teacher and stand-up comedian, and he combines those skills to host this unique tour and regale riders with some of the darkest and most gruesome stories in our city's history. All right, Tim, let's go for a ride.
Right, let's do it.
Let's go.
Unfortunately, there is a good amount of stories in Philly. We've had a couple of well-known serial killers that have passed through Philadelphia. Henry Howard Holmes, H.H. Holmes, our nation's first serial killer, begins right here in Philadelphia, and he is now on the run. He's going to build what is later called the murder castle. He has windowless rooms, stairways that lead to nowhere, and all of a sudden, H.H. Holmes, he finds himself flush with bodies, which he begins to sell to universities throughout the country, including the University of Pennsylvania.
No.
Here in Philadelphia. Yeah, shame.
But it's not all creepy. Between each story, a live musician plays a song to tie everything together.
And it really becomes more of like a jovial atmosphere throughout the tour, with people singing along to things and kind of getting freaked out together. And so they head to, sorry, you don't have a ticket. Can you roll up that window for me? Would you mind? No, just, yeah. So,
that was funny. Tim also uses the tour as a chance to examine why the villains we hear about turned out the way they did.
Trying to shed a light on mental illness to a degree and talk about that a little bit. And, you know, none of these people had like the greatest upbringing.
Tim and his co-founder, his wife Abby, give back to the community through Founding Footsteps. Last year, they donated $10,000 to Rock to the Future,
where they teach students music and also give them homework help. And since 2013, they've boasted a 100% graduation rate. This year, we're looking into the music aspect of it as well. And so we have 5 different musicians that have been working with us for the last 10 years that each got a $2,000 grant to run music programs throughout the city.
So while you may board the trolley looking for some scares,
Sarah Jane Whiteling, she will go to her grave claiming that she did not murder her husband.
You'll go home knowing a little bit more about Philadelphia history and feeling a little more connected to your fellow passengers.
This is a tough tour for me personally, because you tell these stories 6 to 8 hours a week, and by the end of the month, my anxiety level is like through the roof, right? It's something that you definitely want to kind of try to balance the fun part of, and also try to get to the reason behind that, or if not that, at least try to figure out like, how can we as a community try to make our surroundings a little bit better of a place.
Thank you so much. Only would have been better had I brought my own bee, but I am at work, so we'll do that. We'll save that for the nighttime tour.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Thank
From
you.
Old City, I'm Sheila Watko for Philly Live.
Well, you can hop aboard Founding Footsteps True Crime Trolley Tour Thursdays through Sundays all month long. The last tour of the season will be Saturday, November 1st. Book your ride early because slots are filling up quickly.